Robert Bigelow, a businessman and a UFO enthusiast, purchased a ranch in 1996 at $200,000, where he established the National Institute for Discovery Science and installed substantial surveillance. At the time, he may not have realized what he was getting himself into, but this would be the start of an ongoing investigation, one in which has opened his eyes to some of the more mysterious things living on our planet. This ranch is known as Skinwalker Ranch, and researchers and investigators who have conducted tests on the ranch have said there's something going on there, with various people coming forward with their impossible to explain encounters that in their opinion points to the fact that there's something otherworldly going on in and around this ranch. Bigelow and his team of researchers ultimately experienced more than 100 incidents on this property, but could not amass evidence that would be credible for scientific publication, something that other researchers who investigated the ranch also struggled with. Bigelow later sold the ranch in 2016 for $4.5 million. When Bigelow has been interviewed about the ranch, he's gone on to detail that there's definitely a presence there, and seeing a mysterious portal and unidentified flying objects isn't uncommon. In fact, when he was interviewed back in 2017, he was asked whether he believes in aliens, in which he responded, "I'm absolutely convinced." He was then asked, "Do you believe that UFOs have come to Earth?" He responded with the following: "There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence, and I spent millions and millions of dollars. I probably spent more as an individual than anybody else in the United States has ever spent on this subject. I've had a close encounter with a UFO. It really sped up and came right to their face, and filled up the entire windshield of the car, and it then took off at a right angle and shot off into the distance." End quote. When asked where we can find alien life, he said that it's right under our noses. Interestingly, it's not just Bigelow that said it's tough to present evidence of the strange happenings on the ranch. Others who have been there have said there always seems to be something wrong when one of these events happens. One researcher posted the following statement: "During the early 2000s, I was sent in as part of a team to investigate Skinwalker Ranch. When our team was carrying out tests on the ranch, we encountered mysterious lights, along with various other things. Early on in the investigation, we noticed these blue UFOs flying around the sky that were able to suddenly stop and then fly away at extreme speeds. However, when the team tried to take photographs and videos, we noticed that the equipment would stop working. Fast forward a week and once again we observed strange lights in the sky. However, same as before, when we went to take some photographs, the battery on our cameras suddenly drained. We then had cameras around the property and had them running 24/7. Fast forward 2 weeks and again more mysterious lights could be seen in the sky. Once we checked the footage that had been recording the ranch, we discovered that the videos had cut out a matter of seconds before the crafts arrived. We found that this was something that kept happening. There was always something that would stop us from getting evidence. I now understand what people mean when they say that the ranch feels alive. It always felt like we were being played with." End quote. According to NIDS investigators, the private scientific research team deployed at the Skinwalker Ranch during its 20-year investigation for Bigelow Airspace and the United States government's Department of Defense. The Skinwalker, a creature that was seen in and around the ranch, could very well be an interdimensional creature that hops between universes and uses hidden portals found within the mountains, forests and national parks of our country as entry and exit points into our world. In the documentary The Hunt for the Skinwalker Ranch, NIDS researchers claim that while positioned on a ridge overlooking a basin, the team began to notice what they described as hovering balls of white light, and these were through night vision goggles pointed towards one of the middle homesteads on the property. As it hovered around 4 feet off the ground, the witness claimed that the white ball of light began to open up into an estimated 3-foot wide circular portal. However, on the night vision goggles, a device that can detect and measure near-infrared and ultraviolet radiation, The portal appeared to be more like a three-dimensional tunnel hovering above the ground. The researchers then described that an 8-foot-tall, completely black humanoid creature slowly began to crawl out of the three-dimensional tunnel, elbowing its way through the portal. The creature then grabbed the edges of the tunnel, pulled itself through and dropped down 4 feet before running into the darkness. Shortly thereafter, the portal began to close in on itself, forming a bright white ball of light before fading in intensity and disappearing completely. Taking into account this strange sighting and encounter witnessed by the NIDS investigators, could this mean that the Skinwalker creature is in fact an interdimensional species that continues to invade our world via the use of self-creating wormholes? If wormholes could in fact be created by the creatures, Einstein had once theorized that due to the nature of the universe as a fabric of space and time, a wormhole could theoretically do more than just connect 2 points of space in a universe, and could also connect 2 points in time. According to the NIDS reports, there appears to be a substantial amount of evidence for strange connections between the distant past and present across the Skinwalker Ranch. Families who also lived on the ranch before it was purchased would detail seeing strange-looking creatures, along with things like bright, unidentified flying objects. Could this mean that the Skinwalker, once thought to only inhabit the Americas, made its way to the rest of the world? In an effort to tie this creature with even more modern sightings, stories of the Dogman Beast, a creature that is commonly seen as a derivative of the werewolf legends of the recent past, seems to contain direct links to that of the Skinwalker. So what do you make of these claims about Skinwalker Ranch? Do you think there's something happening within this area? And if not, what do you think the researchers are experiencing? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comment section below, and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.